Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we started walking around the school and we are studying for our midterms. Our midterms are tomorrow, day before the exams. That's today, the 15th of June. Which is nice. It's 4 days after my mother had her birthday, and, you know, I forgot, as always, to get her flowers. That's, by the way, a joke. In real life, it's far that she actually has her birthday's on the 11th of June, and I'm ahead of some guys because I know when my mother's birthday is. Alright, that's what I was trying to prove here.
Rainy days are so lovely. These are truly a blessing for flowers and crops. Thank you, Idios. Rainy days are lovely. The sight of the raindrops or the leaves on the leaves is enough to cleanse one's heart.
Are you? Nothing better to do with all this rain than get some fishing in. Fish always bite better in the rain anyway. Midterms. What about him? Who's got the time to study for exams? There's really nothing better to do on a rainy day than to go out fishing. You'd have to be nuts not to be out there. Bleh. 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 Yeah. I agree, Kenneth. I agree. You would have to be nuts not to fish. What is that? What is that fish? What's that fish? It's got bronze all over it. What is that?
Not bad.
An carp. 0.7 points. Okay. An carp gives me 50 wind zephyr. 5 CP recovered. Apparently I've had that fish before. I don't remember it. I remember you, Curb. I remember.
Not bad.
Oh, I remember. Very good opportunity to yawn while fishing. Very good. I remember you, crustacean, as well. Crayfish.
What even is this?
I always forget what they're actually called. Swordtail? No. Just no. Go away. I don't need your 2 points that you're gonna give me. Actually, he's gonna give me 5. But still. Don't need them.
Not bad.
5 plus 1 even. I want to get a fish that gives me 100 times Zephyth. That's what I want. That's what I want. Can't do it. And no, you're not the one though. You're not the one. I don't... Why are you here? What brought you here? Madman.
Caught one.
There you go. There you go. That boy. You really don't have anything else? I mean, you really don't? This stuff is not that good anymore. It just isn't. The fencing club doesn't meet during the exam period. The swimming club doesn't meet until the exam period. During the exam period. Why not? I wonder. What's gotten into you, Laura? Oh, are you two studying? Eliza probably met up with Laura because she was worried about her.
Yeah, we both figured we had a lot of art to brush up on. It's probably not our most important subject in the grand scheme of things, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. I've never had to deal with a series of exams right in a row like this. Laziness could very well be tantamount to failure. Would you like to join us, Rean?
We'll think about it. I see. Well, feel free to come back should you have a change of heart. I'll let you know. I'll think about it. I really was expecting Laura to be on her own. Monk. Rainy days are great, especially since you can always find great material once the rain stops. It never fails. Speaking of, a beautiful black cat strolled by just a little while ago. A black cat on a rainy day makes for some choice material too. Who would waste a day like this studying for midterms? There's far too much material out there for me to simply ignore its call. Yeah. Material. Patrick. No, Lambert. It must be terribly cold in the stables right now due to this downpour. Fear not, Whitcomb, I'm coming to save you now. He's certainly passionate. Oh, you're one of Juice's classmates. Enjoy your studying. I, for one, have a dear friend to rescue from the wily jaws of nature itself. Rean, why you no run? Why you walk so slowly? You crazy. You're a crazy person. Good grief, if this rain keeps up, everything on campus will get damp. Better go make sure that everything in the auditorium stays rust-free. It's gotta be some tough work, but at least I don't have exams to study for. Your exams kick off tomorrow, right? Well, good luck with them. It would put a smile on my face to see all you students get good grades. The auditorium doors are locked. Sister Ornella was gracious enough to offer me help with my studies. She does so much for me without expecting anything in return. I really do appreciate her kindness. There happen to be a few subjects I'm not entirely confident about, so I felt that I should take her up on her offer. Sister Ornella was gracious enough to offer me help with my studies, so I'll be making my way to the church now. She truly is a figure worth looking up to. Shut it, Hugo! I'm not taking any advice from you. I can memorize everything in one go the night before. Becky, you won't be able to remember anything that way. The trick to memorization is to study up just before you go to bed. When you wake up, you will review everything once more to seal the deal. It's easy, it's efficient, and best of all, it works. I guarantee it. You should just try it yourself, Rean. Might as well give it a shot, thanks. You learned an efficient new memorization method. What the heck are these for? I'm getting so much stuff. I'm working today as well. I just need to do a wee bit of cramming the day before and I'll be sorted. The last thing I need to be dealing with is taking advice from you, for Hugo. I'm not working today. The trick to memorization is to just do it before you go to bed. Then you review it right after you wake up to make sure it sticks. Don't believe me? Try it for yourself. I have. It's not rocket science. It doesn't work like magic either. This is so hard, Thrasia, help me! Come on now, don't give up so quickly. The two of us will get through these together, one by one. You always are hopeless when it comes to studying, aren't you? Gee, thanks for the reminder. Gotta admit, I'm pretty bad at telling myself to just sit down and study. Fortunately, I've got Thrasia to help me out.
The difference between the way she's acting now and her reliable persona at as lacrosse club captain is rather funny. I think Eliza and Ferris's perception of her would be shattered if they saw her like this. The difference between her acting as lacrosse club captain and her taking part in exams is crazy. I haven't had any time to read anything fiction related with our exam starting tomorrow. Oh, can you imagine how it feels to be separated from your true love? These exams need to end so that I can get back to reading. I haven't had any time to read anything fiction with our exam starting tomorrow. No, don't care about fiction. Nice to see you, Rean. We have private study areas available if you need one. You can find them up on the far end of the second floor. You'll find all sorts of reference books on the bookshelves too. They should prove rather helpful, I think. Feel free to consult me should you have any questions about your studies. Between our private study areas and numerous reference books, I can't imagine that you will want for resources. A book entitled Political Economics, a primer, sits primely on the shelf. Given the subject matter, this book seems really accessible. It would probably be a good refresher. Increase your knowledge of political economics. Paula, oh, a book on horse riding is not what I should be reading right now. I've got to study for my exams, not about horses. Can't wait to show those upper-class students up. I hear Juices is no slouch in the grades department either. Even better, I'll study really hard to show him up too. Meh. How did that cat manage to get in here? I guess it must have been looking for somewhere to get out of the rain. Actually, I have some fresh milk on me. Should I give her some? Yeah. Rean gave her fresh milk. Meh. She seems so happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more at another time. How much fresh milk do I have? Enough for a couple more. Plus 1000 HP. Holy moly. Okay, fair enough. Ah, hello there. Did you come along to go review some of what we covered in class? Actually, I was just passing by. Oh, come on now. There's no need to be shy. Not when it comes to history. Let's get started, shall we? Why don't we go over every little thing that might possibly come on your exam? This sounds like it could be helpful if I can actually stay awake. Increase your knowledge of Erebonian history. Guess who stumbled upon an interesting book while he was returning his teaching materials? It's entitled The Truth Behind Sandlot and weighs in at a whopping of 380 pages. Oh, Rean, care to join me for an enjoyable read? Well, gee, I'd love to, but I'm so busy with studying that I really must be off now. Sorry. Bad thing is I've got peculiar dishes. I've got one peculiar dish. Handed over the frozen soup. Dear me, I've never seen a dish quite like this before. This will definitely help with my research. If you discover any more curious cuisine, please visit me at once. Nice. Ah, so this is where you are. Wow, you guys study. When you guys study, you two don't mess around. Why? They have 2 books lying around there. That's not how a single person I know would study. If I saw 2 people studying at a table like this, the table would be covered in material. Well, no better motivated than fear, right? Our exam starts tomorrow and we've got to know our orbital science. I want to make sure I study as much as I possibly can before then.
There's not such a thing as being too prepared. Besides, this is our last chance to get a full day of studying in. How about it, Rean? Up for one last marathon study session? No, not about oral science. That's a shame. Well, if you change your mind, we're not going anywhere soon. I think I'll keep that in mind. Sports beyond tradition. 6 pages. In modern times, we frequently encounter the word sports, a collective term for all forms of competitive physical activity, to the extent that it is hard to imagine that an era might have existed where Erebonians were unfamiliar with the word. And yet, 100 years ago, this was exactly the case. An Erebonian Empire has historically valued scholarship and the martial arts. As such, swordsmanship, horsemanship, and falconry have always been popular. But these are not just sports, but instead serve more of a traditional cultural purpose. However, in recent years, competitive sports played according to a list of agreed-upon rules have begun to gain popularity, differing with the martial arts of the past, which focused simply on defeating one's opponent. Here, I would like to introduce a number of examples of popular sports. Fencing, a sport which has grown out of the traditional swordsmanship of the past. 3 varieties of weapons are used: foil, epee, and saber. Protective clothing is also used in matches to ensure the safety of participants. Horse racing and polo, a competitive racing sport which has its origins in traditional horsemanship, sometimes involving obstacles. The addition of gambling elements to the sports at race courses is a relatively recent practice. Polo is a sport played on horseback in which players use a long mallet to knock a wooden ball into the opposing team's goal to score a point. Competitive swimming, both a sport and recreational activity, which has its origins in the swimming practice of the past. Competitive swimming also includes several other separate sports, including water polo and diving. 4 major styles of swimming exist: freestyle, breaststroke, backstroke, and butterfly. Tennis and lacrosse, both are relatively recent additions to the sporting world, rapidly gaining in popularity. Even in Erebonia, professional championships are now held regularly. Both use implements designed specifically for that sport: a racket for tennis, a cross for lacrosse, and involve a ball, but other than that, the 2 sports differ completely in how they are played, the number of players on a team, and in the rules they are played by. Many of these sports are divided by gender, which, with the exception of horse racing, and played according to strict rules, making them differ significantly from the traditional martial arts of the past. With the likelihood that the number of people engaging in these sports will continue to increase in the years ahead, the Imperial Sports Association hopes to play a vital role in improving these sports, refining the rules they are played by, and spreading awareness of them so that they can be enjoyed by an even larger number of people. Imperial Sports Association. Read Sports Beyond Tradition. Its contents were added to the book notes, but they were not helpful for your exam period. You scrub. Take more time studying. I wish I could sprint.
There's a famous saying about days like these: margaritas always go down smoothest in the rain. That's why I'm so tantalizing when the dark clouds roll in. But just look, don't touch.
I think I've hit my limit, actually.
Just when will my darling come for me? What if he's preparing a single umbrella to walk me home with? Oh my, how chivalrous of him.
Wait a second. When is Ferris's brother gonna get on to Margarita? I wonder. When that is happening, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh big time.
Man, all the cute girls keep chasing me off since they don't want to be bothered while they're studying.
What's the point of being on edge this late in the game? You either know something or you don't. Cramming now is a waste of time. What's the point of trying to rush all your learning at the last minute? Whatever. Maybe I'll see if I can find some babes walking in the rain. Ugh. 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 Man, you're always like this when it comes to exam session. Can't really say I disagree though. The sooner we're done with exams, the sooner we can get back to our clubs. All we can do is make sure they don't end too painfully. Yeah, I gotcha. Loggins. I can't deny that I'd rather be playing my violin right now. I've just got to deal with it until the exams are over. Man, what's the point in studying? I just want to go to the fencing club, damn it. Why waste time studying when I could be practicing? I just want to go to the fencing club. Are the two of you going over Erebonian history? I can't memorize things like these because it's all pointless.
Fee, that seems like a little harsh. Oh, I know. Why don't you join us, Rean? I'm sure it would make studying more enjoyable for Fee, too. Haha, too bad. You're always welcome if you want to come back later, though.
Thanks, I might just do that.
Everywhere you look, there's someone with their nose in a book and their notes at the ready. Well, this cafeteria is a place for you students, so I'm not going to stop anyone from studying here. I'll be happy to pour you some lemon tea if you get tired too. This cafeteria is meant to serve the students, so if you'd be best served by studying here, go right ahead. Good luck with your midterms either way.
Same old, same old. I always try to ensure that the cafeteria's menu stays healthy and well balanced. This should be a good place to eat while you're getting ready for your exams. I'd recommend the fish. They say it's good for your memory. I always try to ensure that the cafeteria's menu stays healthy. Every student's least favorite thing of year has finally come upon us. It's no fun, but it's part of life. Good luck. Grrr. Grrr. At least you can resent that. Well, one of them anyway. Don't think for a second you're gonna make it through this with decent grades just by praying to Idios. Idios only helps those who help themselves, which means you've got to do a whole lot of studying. It's no fun, but it's part of life. Good luck. I'm sure your hard work will pay off in the end. Probably. Why do you have +3? Are you kidding right now? Why you do this? Why do our people have those equipped? That's actually better, huh? Costs him 3 speed. Because it's not upgraded. Now you have fiber stuff too. The RFTF is here. All the latest tech on show chairman Irina Rainford shares her vision for the future. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. We're about to begin a study session for the upper class students in the salon. Only the finest minds have been invited. Naturally, this includes a number of second years as well. It's hard to imagine a better group to study with. Had you accepted my offer, Schwarzer, you would have been able to join us. Though I suppose there's little point to telling you about it now. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but good luck with your studies. Fine. I hope you're just as eager to see the results of the test as I am. Class 1 will be staying atop the rest of the school, just as we should be. Oh, Hirams. Oh, Hirams. Feeling confident about these midterms, Dorothy? I never have a problem with classical studies or literature. In fact, I'm very excited for classical studies, like letting my fantasies take over as I study works wonders. For instance, how could I ever forget the star-crossed knights whose love-hate relationship took a tragic turn when they met in combat? Hey, you're getting all starry-eyed. I should probably be worrying about myself right now. Guess I'll go back to the dorm and get studying.
Come to think of it, Instructor Tomas gave me some of those vibes. He's so touchy-feely with the other male instructors.
A book entitled Erebonian History and Pictures is on the shelf. Ooh, pictures. What is this? It's more like a comic book than a traditional textbook. It does seem historically accurate, though. Can't hurt to give it a read. Increase your knowledge of Erebonian history. Gone fishing. We know that sticker. We love that sticker. We had a match against the upper class chess club just before the exam started. And you know what? We won! All thanks to Makias. He was every bit as good as I expected him to be. I wasn't exactly what you'd call helpful in that last match, so I'm trying to learn new strategies while I'm studying. Makias is really good, but it would be unfair if I didn't at least try to pull my weight. Toa. What? You guys as well.
Oh, hi, Rean. How goes the studying?
I suppose it's probably fine. But these are going to be my first midterms ever, so I'm more than a little nervous.
First years. How innocent. It doesn't help that military academics have a lot of subjects other schools don't, but you'll get used to it. That's true. Combat studies and military science to name two. Oh, and you're going to want to make sure that you're ready for the political economics exam too.
Why's that?
Well, it's Mustache Man's subject. That's not a very nice thing to call Mr. Vice President Heinrich, ain't she?
He does seem like the type to write a ridiculously hard exam.
Oh, I know. How about I give you a hand in studying for it? If you're free, at least.
Are you sure?
Of course. You're always helping me out, right? Political economics is TloH's strongest subject. You wouldn't want to pass this up. Oh, no problem. You must have a lot more subjects to study for anyway. Still, if you get any free time you want to fill up with political economics, come on back and we'll hit the books.
I appreciate the offer.
Oh, I don't know who to talk to.
Oh well. What I do know is how I trolled you two. You two viewers was what I was gonna say. Didn't talk to these ladies.
Studying is so boring. But Rean here might make things interesting. In fact, I've got a great idea. Why don't we have a little Q&A competition? Every time someone gets a question wrong, they have to take off an article of clothing. Seriously? I'm not doing that. Never in a million years. Okay. Guess we won't be studying at all then. That's not what I mean.
As long as everyone keeps their clothes on, I'm fine with helping you to study. It would probably help me too. Studied material that might be on the exam.
What the heck? Come on, Vivi. At least pretend to take this seriously. I know that you're not exactly the shining star of the educational system. It's fine. Because you're such a good sister, you'll switch places with me during the exam. Says who? I'm pretty excited for our results to get posted.
What? Those two. Can we go into town? I assume we can't. Seems like everyone's staying here to study for the exams. That's probably a good idea. We have no way of looking at what's going on here, do we? We have no idea what is going on. Academy Life, June. Oh boy. Oh boy. Tomorrow the dreaded midterms will finally begin. As icing on the cake, our individual scores, or our ranking in our year, and even our class averages will be displayed for the world to see. Once homeroom was over, everyone stayed on campus to study. I thought it wise to walk around and find someone to study with. Beryl prophesied that what would come up on the Orbital Science exam. She's definitely just guessing. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to keep that in mind. I read a book called Erebonian Opera and Paintings in the music club. I studied military science with Juices and Gaius. I'm not used to all of these military symbols, but we went over infantry, headquarters, armor, and engineer. I'll have to make sure I've got them all down before the exams. Instructor Makarov helped me review some aspects of orbital science. Instructor Mera helped me study some aspects of art. I learned a handy method of efficient memorization by listening to Hugo and Becky. I read a book called Political Economics, a primer. Instructor Tomas helped me study against my will. I read a book called Erebonian History and Pictures. I studied with Linde and Vivi for a while. But you don't give me stats, do you? Student identification. Now that I think about it, I did get this thing. I did get the Medal of Discipline. Speed up and prevents delay. A medal given to high-achieving students. Focuses wearer. What kind of delay? It's most likely better than that Swordtail badge. I'll study with Toa and Angie. And I really want to study with Crow and George as well. But I don't want to leave out my classmates. We have to average it out though, and political economics is political economics something I read about. Read a book called Political Economics. Got arts twice, so I definitely don't want arts. So I definitely am not going to study with Eliza and Laura. So I just have to worry about... We study with Juices and Gaius. There's still Elliot and Markias going over... history? If they're going over history, what are these two going over? Are the two of you going over Erebonian history, you know? What were they going over? You can't go over political economics as well either. Or you can't go over political economics as well, right? Study with... You didn't say what you're studying. There's not much time left. Wouldn't mind some company. You don't say at all what you're studying. Huh. You know what? Gotta study with TloH and Angie. And after that, I'll see. I will see. I'm probably already doing really good, but I want that S rank. I really do. I really do. And without any help from the outside as well. And study with TloH and Angie.
Oh, hi, Rean. How goes the studying?
I suppose it's probably fine, but these are going to be my first midterms ever. I'm a little nervous.
Ah, how innocent.
Brr, 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 brr. We went through that conversation. Yes. Well, if you're offering, I'd really appreciate it.
I sure am. Let's get started then.
Thus, Rean and TloH's study lesson began. Most of the stuff I wasn't sure about makes a lot of sense now.
That's good to hear. We should probably go over some current affairs too.
For an exam?
Yeah, the vice principal has a habit of putting questions based on recent news into his exams. This year, maybe we should go over some recently enacted laws? Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing he'd put in there. Just so most people could be caught off guard, get it wrong and get lectured at for being indifferent about society.
I'd rather avoid that.
Recent laws. The Financial Transactions Act from last year is one of the best known, I suppose. It requires you to inform prospective buyers of the risks when selling them stock of security or securities. A number of people have suffered massive losses buying shares lately, so it was passed to keep people informed.
So that's the history behind the Financial Transactions Act.
Then there's the Imperial Transportation Act, which determines the rules of the road for drivers. That was last year too. There are more and more people buying cars lately, nobles and commoners, but car accidents were getting out of hand. That was especially true in Heimdallr, which is why that law was enacted there first.
Heimdallr, okay. I'll have to try and remember that.
And then there's the Provisional Taxation Act, which impacted just about every province you could think of.
In other words, a fancy name for the much reviled tax increase. They're being enacted in the provinces, almost doubling land and business taxes. You've probably at least heard about them.
Yeah, I have. It seemed like a pretty major topic back in Celtic. If he's going to set a question about a recent law, it's probably going to be the one. Probably going to be one about those three. Hopefully, that'll be some help at least.
Even if none of them come up, you've really helped me out. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. Thank you both for all your help.
I didn't do anything at all. I'm just hanging out. If there's anything else you want to know, let me know. I'd be happy to help.
Thanks, I will. Your bond with TloH strengthened. No word about Angie. Okay. Eliza and Laura are out of the picture. Makias and Rean I'm thinking about. Fee and Emma I'm thinking about as well. I really enjoy being with Fee. She's really good in combat. And Emma as well. But I've got to do a little favor to my audience. Crow is basically one of their very favorite characters of at least one. But that would mean if they played the game themselves, they already know their dialogue, don't they? Because they would be doing that kind of thing. Heh. Heh. I gotcha, Chuckleface. I really did want to do this, though. Are the two of you going over Erebonian history? Erebonian history. Erebonian history. Fine. That sounds like a good idea to me. The exam's going to be focused on the War of the Lions, right?
That's right. Shall we start from the beginning then?
After that, Rykos gathered soldiers in the North Highlands, and in the year 952 of the Zeptian calendar, he liberated the capital, bringing the war to an end. Excellent! Well done, Fee! I guess it stuck.
Incidentally, the war came to an end in July of that year, which is next month, so that's easy to remember. They say it was raining in Heimdallr that day, but legend has it that the moment Emperor Draco stepped into the city, the rain stopped. Huh, that's neat. Yeah, that seems like a story that'll stick in my memory. You're a pretty good teacher, aren't you? Well, I'm always using tricks like these to help me remember things. If you're having fun while you study, it makes it that much easier for the material to stick in your memory. Interesting. So that's your method. Well, if you can do it, we can do it too. Shall we finish this stuff off then? Please. Rean stayed with Emma and Fee for a while longer, making sure they knew their Erebonian history back to front. Your bond with Emma strengthened. Your bond with Fee strengthened. Ding! Rean and Emma reached Link level 2. Oh, it's already time to head home. I didn't realize, thanks to the rain. I guess I should get ready to head back to the dorms. Lovely voice.
Excuse me?
Misty, huh?
I do apologize for stopping you on a rainy day like this. Do you know if this is the building in which I might find the principal's office?
Oh, yeah, you're in the right place. His office is in the East Wing, first floor.
So, what I'm thinking about right now, in Chapter 1 we ended up encountering a situation where the railroad military unit or something like it ended up busting us out of a tight situation, with their leader being Claire, whatever, and she had blue hair. In Chapter 2, we encountered a tiny girl that goes by the... Oh, by the way, she was called the Icy Maiden or the Frozen Maiden. Icy Maiden's more like... That's something like it. In Chapter 2, we encountered a blue-haired a girl that looks like she's 10 and wearing an extremely tight swimming suit, or whatever she was wearing. I mean, let's say I didn't look. She went by the name of White Rabbit, also had blue hair. Now we have a maiden-like girl with well, looks like it's a blue hair color. The Military Academy. Are you? You can't be connected to that, right? I mean, going in a maiden's dress? I don't know.
The receptionist might have gone home already, but I can show you the way if you'd like.
Thank you for your kindness. But I couldn't possibly trouble you more than I have already. I'll be able to find the way, I'm sure. Well then, if you'll excuse me, Master Rean.
Why do you know my name? Where'd that umbrella go?
Wait a minute. How does she know who I am?
Rean, man, your thought progress is just good.
Rean?
Hey there, Elisa. Heading back to the dorm?
Nice pink umbrella.
Yep. Emma and the others are staying a little longer to cram a little more. But I figured I'm not going to learn much more today, so I might as well call it a night and start prepping for tomorrow.
Right. Well, you're going my way, so what do you say we head back together?
Sure, okay. Hey, it's not often the two of us get to walk back to the dorms together, is it?
Well, at least I got something good out of this downpour.
Is there even a filter between your brain and your mouth?
Nah, no need for that between friends. But you're in good company. My sister's asked me that before, too.
She must be a saint to have put up with you all these years. Anyway, how do you think you did on the exams?
They aren't over.
Who knows? I put my best into it.
Are they over?
But honestly, I probably could have hit the books a little harder beforehand.
What happened? What?
I wish I was as smart as you.
I thought they were the next day.
Back when we took the entrance exam, only Emma and Machias scored higher than you, right?
Eustace came in a little higher than me, too. Back home, I usually came in near the top in exams. I guess that goes to show that Erebonia has no shortage of smart people.
No doubt about that. Bookworms pour in here from all corners of the Empire. You said you're from Ruhr, right? Coming out on top in a city that size is still pretty impressive.
I suppose, though that was just at the Sunday school level. Aren't you curious about, my family and stuff?
You mean the mysterious Alisa R., agent of national intrigue? Well, yeah, of course I am. But you probably have good reasons for keeping it under wraps, so I don't want to pry.
It's not that major or anything. Especially compared to what you and Fee have told us about yourselves.
I've never really thought my family circumstances were a big deal, though Fee's past sure came as a surprise. I wonder now, when I look at her, what her life in a Jaeger Corps must have been like.
It seems like Instructor Sarah knows more about her past than we do. Back at the entrance ceremony, I got the impression they'd met before.
Same. Oh, speaking of weird meetings, I ran into someone kinda strange earlier.
Oh?
Yeah, I was talking to her just before you called to me.
Rean told Eliza about the woman in the maid
A
uniform.
maid who knew your name? This isn't the part where it turns out she knows you because you've tried to hit on her in town before, is it?
What?
As if an upstanding guy like me could pull off the Casanova act. She seemed a couple years older than us, maybe 20 or so.
A maid in her early 20s.
Something wrong?
No, just thinking. There's no way it could really have been her. Mother keeps her far too busy to find the time to come here. Ahem. Anyway, maybe the upper class dorm has a new hire starting out or something? Though that wouldn't explain how she knew your name. Maybe you're just more popular than you let on.
If only.
What? The next day, the first of 4 grueling days of midterm exams began. But you were having a conversation right after the exams were over, weren't you? What the heck is going on, timeline? What? I don't understand anymore. Erebonian history question. The Middle Ages' War of the Lines was brought to an end by Emperor Drykos. When did the war end? July 952. Ding. This should be the right answer. Art question. Mr. A wants to draw a rough colored watercolor image. Which of the following styles would be most appropriate? When? A rough colored watercolor image. I know what a sketch is. I have no clue what a design is. I can't even pronounce that. And tracing is... What? I read out design before, I swear. I read that out in this Let's Play somewhere, and I didn't know what it was back then too. Of course I did look it up, because who would do that? That would be, I would agree to myself that I'm not perfect at that point, and it was, what the heck? Right, guys? I don't know what Krogfist is. Sure. Not too sure about this one. I was kind of hoping for him to autocorrect that, but no. Military science question. Figure 1 depicts a military foundation. What type of unit is currently advancing? Well, those are the armored units. This should be the right answer. Oh no. Orbital science question. The following statements about orbits are all purport to be true. Which one is not? Abilities can change based on quartz. They synchronize with their user. Allow arts usage without quartz? What? Orbits allow arts use. That one. This should be the right answer. Political economics. On the of the following laws enacted last year, which came into force first in Heimdallr. Oh, what the shit. Financial transactions is ouch, Nikes. Oh man, I missed out on 2 AP. What do you mean there's another? Stop! I don't want to. Combat studies question. Emergency CPR is divided into roughly 4 stages. A. Check if the person is breathing. B. Check if the person is conscious. C. Perform chest compressions and rescue breaths. D. Call for help in a loud voice. Put these stages into the correct order. I should definitely know that. I guess B would be first if they're conscious. And then breathing, and then, I mean, you don't have to perform chest compressions and rescue breaths if you don't know that they're breathing, right? I mean, if you know that they're not if you know they're breathing, then you would be completely unnecessary. So, BACD. BACD is an option. I mean, I guess. Oh, man. Congratulations on making it through 4 days of exams. God, that was rough. And what do you know? It looks like the rain ended right along with the term, with them. Clearly, this is the goddess's way of rewarding you all for your hard work. I don't think that reasoning would stand up to scrutiny. Oh, I'm totally spent. It's over. You've worked really hard, Fee.
Anyway, today's a free day, so take the chance to unwind and blow off all that pent-up exam stress. They'll post the results next Wednesday, so take it easy until then. But don't relax too much, because you've got your next practical exam next Wednesday afternoon, too. With all the intensive studying, I'd completely forgotten about that. You could stand to be a little more considerate with the timing of your announcement. So, next Wednesday is when we'll know where we're going for our next field study. Yep, you'll be shipping out that weekend for another exotic trip. Anyway, make the most of tomorrow, everyone. You've earned at least one day off. I guess I should probably attend club practice once in a while. Oh, and one more thing. I've got some business to take care of on out of town after we're all done here. I won't be back until tomorrow night, so don't, burn the dorm down while I'm gone or anything. That noise, though.
Oh, now that the exams are over, I feel free as a bird.
But you've got bunny ears.
And I'll keep on soaring, at least until the results come back.
I sympathize, but personally, I've got a good feeling about these. How about you, Emma? How do you think you did?
Well, I don't think I did too badly, all things considered.
Just stop before you embarrass yourself.
We'll just have to wait and see what next week's results look like. Anyway, what do you think that was all about with Instructor Sarah?
Oh, you mean that whole thing about going out of town to meet someone? Going out of town? Won't be back until tomorrow night? It's almost as if...
She's going to meet her secret lover?
Impossible. The Empire hasn't yet turned out a man desperate enough to woo that alcoholic typhoon.
Oh, Julius.
You have a point. I can't deny she's got the looks to snare a man, but with that personality and that lifestyle...
You guys are terrible. Totally agreed, though.
Ouch. Not surprised to hear that from you, though, Rean. She always seems to dump the most work on you.
Will you be helping the student council again tomorrow?
That's the plan. Heck, I'm almost looking forward to being the student council's errand boy after holding up studying for so long.
Perhaps so.
Oh, please let us know if you plan on exploring the old schoolhouse.
Yeah, I'd be glad to lend a hand this time.
Thanks. Better watch out, though. I might take you up on that offer.
Ooh, looks like we're all up for a little exploration this time. Come to think of it, where did Gaius run off to?
Oh, you're just now noticing?
He mentioned the principal wanted to have a word with him. You think he went there?
Oh, yeah. Wonder what that was about.
I hope he hasn't gotten into trouble. I mean, I doubt he would.
I have no idea. He and Laura left early, too. I was kind of hoping we could all walk back to the dorm together for once. That sounds nice.
Hey, so this might just be my imagination, but do those two seem kind of awkward around each other to anyone else?
Really?
So you think so, too? It seems like it started around the beginning of the month. I wonder if something happened then. It's like they've been avoiding each other ever since.
You say that, but I did not take either as the type to dwell on petty issues or misunderstandings.
Neither did I. We've been trying to suss out what the problem between them is, but so far, no luck.
I wonder if that's what that was all about.
Did you see something, Machias?
What happened?
Well, do you remember the day we gave our group reports on what happened during last month's field study? We gave a truthful account, including the part where Fee used an explosive to blast open the door to my cell.
Yeah?
That's when we found out that Fee used to be in a Jaeger Corps. That really threw me for a loop, but what does that have to do with Laura?
Well, when that came up, I couldn't help but notice Laura had a rather unpleasant expression. It flashed across her face for only a moment, though, so I wondered if I had just imagined it.
Interesting.
But even if we assume that's true, what reason would she have to be upset?
I can hardly hazard a guess.
We all have certain things we'd rather keep to ourselves. We even have a member of this very class who remains tight-lipped about her own family, after all.
Do you really have to drag me into this?
My apologies. I meant no offense. I do have my suspicions as to your lineage, however.
Really?
Ugh, you.
Now, getting angry won't accomplish anything.
Don't worry. We're not going to twist your arm into telling us. When you're ready to talk about it, we'll be ready to listen.
It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us, and I don't want that.
Welcome back, my lady.
Huh? What? Sharon?
It's so delightful to see you again.
Oh, hey. It's that maid I ran into the other day.
You know her?
What are you doing here? She didn't. Mother didn't.
But of course, I was sent here at the behest of the chairman herself. Starting today, I will be assuming the position of caretaker for Class 7's dormitory.
Sharon Kreugner.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, everyone. My name is Sharon Kruger.
Oh, Kruger, yeah.
I am a servant in the employ of the Reinford household, Lady Elisa's family. I will do all I can to be of service to you, so please keep me informed of anything you might need.
Beyond the railways. Guys, if you all behave correctly, like you would pretend that you overheard the Rainford part. You would. You would. Because you're all nice guys, right? Right, though?
Whoa!
Simply spectacular. Just how many different types of food are there here?
This looks more than edible. I believe this is what they call an imperial breakfast.
That's right, Emma. It's a traditional Erebonian style of breakfast. I must apologize. It's taken me some time to familiarize myself with this kitchen, so my cooking has been a bit lackluster.
Come now, Sharon. Your skill is something to be praised. This is far more colorful and varied than the breakfast served in my own home.
I would compare this spread favorably with the breakfast served in the Duke's household.
I'm honored that you think so. I've also brewed both tea and coffee if anyone would like some.
I get the feeling Elisa is less than impressed with the meal.
It sounds like they had a big argument yesterday.
Not a chance! I thought I'd finally gotten away from her. I'm not going to let her have her way this time.
My lady, please. I truly don't believe the chairman sent me to keep an eye on you like that. She simply sent me so that her beloved daughter might have fewer inconveniences in her daily life.
I can take perfectly good care of myself, thank you very much.
Oh, fine! I'll take this up with her myself then. Is she in the office at corporate today, or is she out on inspection or something?
I believe she'll be dining with the Ministry of Railways president in the capital today. After that, she'll be continuing her inspection tour, so she won't be back in Ruhr for another 5 days.
Does she ever slow down? I'm surprised she doesn't burn through a pair of shoes a week. Anyway, I'm not going to take this lying down.
You guys are awful! You guys are the worst!
She stuck her nose into things one too many times.
I can't believe that R actually stood for Elisa Reinford. And from the sound of it, her mother's the company chairman too.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Elisa's mom is basically in charge of the continent's biggest industrial company. Her family's probably got more money than most of the aristocracy. I can see why she'd want to keep her family under wraps, what with all the nobles here.
Anyway, I object to everything about this. Considering how busy Mother is, I'm sure she needs your assistance far more than I do.
I knew it. You're really concerned about her, aren't you? The way you two care so much for each other deep down is one of the reasons I'm so proud to serve you.
That's preposterous.
Oh, my lady, I almost forgot to mention that I made plenty of your favorite apricot jam. Would you like me to spread some on your toast?
Can you spread some on my toast as well?
Ooh, really? I mean, stop treating me like a child. Though yes, I would like some jam.
It's almost heartwarming to watch.
Looks like Sharon's got her number.
Well, I guess she's not one of the Chancellor's puppies, is she? After beginning the day with Sharon's peerless breakfast, the members of Class 7 left to go about their daily routine. Meanwhile, Rean came to check the tasks the student council had given him for the day. Student council tasks June. Old Schoolhouse mystery number 3. From Principal Van Dyck. This month, I would like the members of Class 7 to commit themselves to their noble academic pursuits. Though I know studious as you all are, I can expect that anyway. So on top of that, I'd like you to continue your exploration of the old schoolhouse and report your findings to me. Born to be Orbital. Born to be Orbital. George and Angelica, we're testing the Orbital bike's capabilities on a highway near Trista. If you're curious, come talk to us in the engineering building. Ooh. Secret admirer. Vincent. I am in need of aid. Some fair maiden has sent me several messages proclaiming her love to me, and who could blame her? I simply must know who she is, and so would some kind soul help me find her and bring her to me. More details behind the storage building. By the way, Vincent, it's gonna be Margarita. Margarita is gonna be your secret lover. I can, I smell that. I just smelled that letter and it came to my mind. Hey, a request from George and Angelica. It's about the Orbital bike too. I wonder what they need help with. Looks like I'll have to swing by the engineering club before I head to the old schoolhouse. Well, this is the first sun I've seen in days, so I might as well make the most of it. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, 70-minute episode. Cool stuff. Thank you for giving me the option to save. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye. Or toodles.